I just want to talk to you. Why don't you come over to my place for a glass of wine and a couple of fruit pies, and then we can go in the back room and play Crazy Snakes.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Austin, and welcome back to the channel. You know, Hollywood, you already had enough problems, and now you do this. It seems that 2021 is the year of ruining childhoods, because Drake Bell from Drake and Josh likes them young. 2 weeks ago, Drake Bell from Drake and Josh had been caught texting a minor. He had originally pleaded not guilty, however, he has changed his stance and pleaded guilty. He now only faces up to 2 years in prison, which I find completely absurd. This grown man got caught texting a 15-year-old. He's 34 years old, and some of the conversations he was having with this 15-year-old were sexual. This dude is a textbook kid diddler. His sentence should be longer than it is. I have an article here that will explain this situation to us. So let's get into this. Drake Bell, the former star of the popular Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh, pleaded guilty on Wednesday to charge relating to a girl who met him online and attended one of his concerts in Cleveland in 2017 when she was 15. Jared Drake Bell, 34, of West Hollywood, California, pleaded guilty via Zoom to felony attempted child endangerment and a misdemeanor charge of disseminating matter harmful to juveniles. Sentencing is scheduled for July 12th in Cleveland. Which is weird because child endangerment normally follows under the category of abuse, but I'm not a lawyer or know much about the law, so if I am wrong, just tell me in the comments. But the definition of child endangerment that I've been given is that child endangerment is defined as exposing a child to danger, pain, or undue suffering, is not legally dependent on whether the child suffers injury or death. Particularly important note is that you can be charged with child endangerment even if your actions were not intentional, which sounds like something that would be more important in an abuse case. However, when I do read that, it seems like when he's talking to a 15-year-old, being a grown man that he is putting the child in danger. Or at least it could fall into something along those lines, but I guess it makes sense. I'm sure there are people watching this that are much more versed in the law than I am, so if you do know more about this, please explain in the comments for those of us who don't know. The misdemeanor charge makes sense because he's trying to, do things with this 15-year-old. I'm still confused on why he doesn't have a harsher sentence. He's a 34-year-old man talking to a 15-year-old girl. I would expect there to be a much harsher sentence than there really is. Defense attorney Ian Friedman said Wednesday that he could not comment on the case, but said it revealed at sentencing why Mr. Bell chose to enter today's plea. It was probably to get a lesser sentence and not be on the kid diddler list. If it wasn't, then I'm going to be extremely surprised. However, I am really interested in hearing what his original sentence was planned to be before he took the plea. This dude must have the greatest lawyer in the world to get this sentence after he did what he did. That lawyer is probably still scraping the judge's pubes out of his teeth. Bell had initially pleaded not guilty to the charges earlier this month. Tyler Sinclair, a spokesperson for the I can't fucking say that. Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office said at the time that the girl contacted Toronto police in October of 2018. Toronto authorities then contacted Cleveland police, prompting an investigation. Thankfully, the girl was able to get help from the proper authorities. Huge props to her for that. The attempted endangering children charge relates to the concert. Sinclair said when Bell violated his duty of care and created a risk of harm to the victim, Sinclair didn't elaborate further. To me, it makes more sense that he's a 30-year-old man possibly putting in danger of 15-year-old. Bell and the girl had developed a relationship online several years prior to the concert. Are we talking 3 or 4 years? Because that would mean she's, 11 or 12, which is, pretty fucked up. This grown-ass man was talking to a person who hadn't even hit puberty yet. Do you understand how more disgusting that is? And what were the parents doing in all of this? Were they okay with this? Did they even know about this? They probably didn't. Because imagine your 12-year-old daughter is on her phone talking to a 30-year-old man. Couldn't this case also fall under grooming charges? Because if these two had developed a relationship, as they like to call it, I imagine this case could also be grooming. The disseminating harmful material charge concerns Bell having sent the girl inappropriate social media messages, Sinclair said. So the dude is a full-blown kid diddler. I still can't understand why his sentence isn't harsher. What type of inappropriate messages did he send? Did he ask for sex? Then would be grooming at that point, I think. If he ever received nudes of her, then it would be possession of child pornography. pornography, I really need them to elaborate further on what inappropriate messages he sent. Because then I don't know what to make of all this if I don't actually know what he sent to her. I have a small snippet from People magazine that says this. KXAN reported that the incident involved Bell engaging in an inappropriate chat with a 15-year-old girl that was at times sexual in nature. So right there it tells me this sentence should be much higher than it is. I'm beginning to wonder if these are one of these celebrity cases where they get away with it in the end, which is complete and utter bullshit, and he should totally be getting a higher sentence than he really is. It even says that he had been in a relationship with this girl for years prior. Dude's really out here pulling unborn fetuses. Now, like I said before he took the plea, obviously the sentence must have been much higher than it is, so it'll be really interesting to hear about what his sentence actually would have been if he would never have took the plea deal, but I can pretty much sum up this entire situation in this video.
You are the most unfuckable, repulsive creature. Sad. You're a simp, bro. You're a simpleton. You're a simple mind. What? You are a vile slime of a human that nobody will ever want you because you're so pathetic.
So in the end, in my opinion, this guy should be having a much higher sentence than he really is getting. I don't care if he was a Disney Channel star, a famous celebrity, or anything. If you talk to kids, you get what you deserve. But I think that would be, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure you guys go like, subscribe, follow me on my social media like my Twitter in the description below, and you can join a Discord as well in the description below. And of course, as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.